everybody, my name is Miss Edwards. I am a New York City high school teacher, and I'm going to explain to you the supports I provided for the multilingual language learners / English language learners, MLL, ELL, and your social studies classes. In this video, I'm going to focus on the 10th grade Passport to Social Studies curriculum, Unit 3, Mini Unit A, Unresolved Global Conflict, 1914 to 1945, World War I, and World War II. We're looking at the Day 4 lesson with the title, Total War. Our focus question is, how is World War I an example of total war? There are two objectives for this lesson. We are going to focus on the second objective, and that is to analyze World War I as a total war at multiple scales. Let's get into it. Here are the scaffolds for this lesson. Scaffold number 1, reviewing the concept of scale. So even though you may have already gone over the concept of scale with students, our students benefit from having a refresher. They benefit from the repetition, and it would help to just quickly go over it. You can elicit the answers from them or just remind them. You can give them an opportunity to show you what they remember, and you can do this with content that they know and or topics that they all are familiar with. Support number 2, discussing the author's purpose. This is key for students understanding how to use the different documents. There is a purpose for each document in the text set. Understanding the purpose helps readers understand the central idea of the text. The authors show you how World War I affected individuals, nations, regions, and the world. I didn't use all of them. I modeled with some, and there are enough left for students to practice on their own. Support number 3, extreme and absolute language. Word choice is key. Why would an author use certain words like every, none, no other, pitiless, meaningless, or phrases like cower in a hole or a sea of craters, right? They want to paint an image with their words. They want you to know, the authors, they want you to know how devastating this war was on many different fronts. So I used the extreme and absolute language strategy that I found in the book, Reading Nonfiction, Notice and Note, Stances, Signposts, and Strategy. This book has several reading strategies that are extremely helpful for teaching how to find and explain the author's purpose. We also have to remember that repetition is key, so this strategy should be done perhaps with a second reading after they've read it before. This strategy forces students to slow down and to painstakingly analyze the author's word choice. Some of the questions students need to be thinking of are, why did the author use this word, and what are the effects of these words on my thinking and on my emotions? Rather than just saying to students, find the author's purpose, you're giving them a way to do so. You're showing them the how. So just a quick word about using this strategy with multilingual language learners and English language learners. Entering and emerging and transitioning students may need the markers to help them find the examples of extreme and absolute language. Transitioning, expanding, and commanding students could also benefit from the markers, but they could also benefit from finding examples that don't necessarily have the markers or the clues. It's really that vivid language that they really need to zero in on and pay attention to their emotions while they're reading. When you're using this strategy, if you're using it for the first time, I would strongly suggest that you use it with content that they're familiar with or topics that they're familiar with. Strategy number 4, text to speech. Another support for students while they read a dense text like this is to have students listen to the text while they read, or just listen to it. So listening to the audio could also help build understanding. So there are various platforms that you can use. I use Microsoft Immersive Reader at my school. because our school uses Microsoft Teams. If you don't have Immersive Reader, there are other free text-to-speech tools that you can use online. I went over to a search engine and typed in the words text-to-speech free, and I found this platform called Natural Readers. All I had to do was copy the text and it played the audio for the students. Sometimes I prefer to hear live voices, and I have even recorded my voice reading a text, and that worked as well. Well, I hope this video helped. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Peace.